Let's budget my paycheck as a 40-something-year-old corporate girly that would like to retire in 8 years but has no retirement savings. Is $95,000 in debt. $85,000 of that is student loan debt that I'm currently not repaying. And the rest is in credit card debt. I know I'm going to get questions about me not repaying my student loan debt, and let's talk about it for a moment before we actually budget, I guess. I think I've talked about this ad nauseum on my page, but right now I am waiting for student loan forgiveness. Doubt that will happen, but for now, because I'm just trying to focus on getting my emergency fund together, paying off my credit cards, I am taking advantage of not having to make the payments. I do not have interest that's building up because they paused my payments during this time of them figuring out what they're going to do about my student loan debt forgiveness, because I applied basically because I feel like I was defrauded by University of Phoenix. Yes, I do understand it's my fault that I went there and everything, but if everybody else is getting student loan forgiveness, if corporations can get their loans forgiven by the government, why can't I at least try? You know what I mean? If I end up having to pay them back, so be it. But for now, I'm taking advantage of this moment to build up my emergency fund, pay off my credit card debt, and get my finances in some kind of working order, and to a point that I could throw a bunch of money onto my student loans and get them paid off if I have to. God forbid. But yeah, $85,000 worth of student loan debt. I don't know about y'all, but I'm so excited for the weekends. I love every weekend I get to hang out with my grandson, and this weekend is no different. I will be doing something with him. I love getting to see all the changes that he makes every single week when I get to see him. So I'm really excited about that. Everything else aside, I have a big announcement to make in this video. We have some really big changes that are coming up for us, for me, for y'all. Like, I'm really excited about this. I can't wait to hear the feedback in the comments and all of that. I want your feedback, so please give it to me. We are going to save the big announcement for the end of the video. Right now, we're going to get into budgeting my paycheck because it's payday. Okay. Before we actually budget, a couple of things to mention is I'm 42 years old. I live in the Tampa Bay area. I am an empty nester. I am a mom to 2 adult daughters now. My youngest just turned 20. They live out on their own, and my youngest is actually joining the Army and set to go to basic training at the end of the month. Go Army. Is that what they say? I think so. That's what she told me to say from now on. I paid off my car last year. I have a cute little French bulldog named Scout, and I love sharing her with you guys. I share her every morning in my morning vlogs on this channel. So if you guys haven't checked any of those out, they are usually in the YouTube shorts because I try to make them a minute or less. But I love sharing her with you guys because she's so freaking adorable, of course. And who doesn't like a dog video? I do. I'm obsessed with all of them. But also I love just having this kind of like diary that I can look back at in a few years and see how Scout used to do and all the things she used to be up to. And, you know, I can have it for forever, for even when she is no longer with us, which I can't even imagine or fathom. And I don't even want to talk about it because I literally will cry my eyes out. I'm obsessed with her. She is my favorite daughter. No ifs, ands, or buts about that. I think that covers everything. So now let's get into budgeting my paycheck. You guys are going to be so freaking excited for one of these items on here, which we will chat about. But first, let's go over how much I'm bringing home. I think I forgot to mention I make $75,000 a year prior to taxes. But after taxes, after my contribution to my high yield savings account, which I am doing $200 each paycheck going into my high yield savings account, which we get to go over this paycheck, how much is in there. I don't think the actual interest will hit until the end of the month, so I won't be able to update you guys until like the beginning of January, but we'll talk about how much is in there after my contributions for the month, because now there's $400 that we've put into the high yield savings account this month. So after taxes, after my high yield savings account contribution, I am bringing home $1,950.59. I was able to monetize my YouTube channel a few months ago, and I've been earning about $200 a month, somewhere around there. This month, I am so excited. I'm going to get paid out $249.26. I know that's so little, but that is the most amount of money I've made from YouTube so far. I'm close to $250. My goal every month is just to make more than I made the month before. So if I can somehow make at least, if I can make the same amount or more than I made the month before. So if I can make $249.26 again this month to get paid out next month, then that would be amazing. But we are bringing this home around the 20th of the month, so it's not quite here yet, but because it's part of this second half of the month, I'm including it in. So all in total, I am bringing home in income $2,199.85. Yay! Awesome. This is my fun paycheck that I get to have a little bit of freedom with, and I'm so excited because Christmas is coming up and I have some really good surprises for my girls. Our first expense, this is the one that you guys are going to be so excited about, because remember, if you've been here for a minute, I was paying about $285 in car insurance every single month, and you guys were like, girl, that is too much money. You need to figure that out. So I actually did. I figured out that I had the highest amount of limits, like 500 and whatever the limits are, I had the highest amount, which I do live in Florida, so probably was good to have that. But I drive a paid off Jeep Cherokee that's a 2019. I rent an apartment. Like, no one has really much to go after, and I feel like I was overinsured. So I kind of brought the limits down to the next one down, and it dropped it from being $285 and some change a month to now $185.50 a month. So yay! I do want to get to a point where I'm paying all 6 months at one time, but because we're trying to pay off debt, build up the emergency fund, like I'm trying to just make it a little bit more, like, not trying to overwhelm myself with a lot of trying to do things. If we get to a point where I feel like we have enough in our like high yield savings account that's in our emergency fund, then I feel like at that point I will pull some money out. Sorry, I've got something, probably dog slobber stuck to the bottom of my chin. Pull some money out of my high yield savings account to pay the 6 months. If I have over and above my emergency fund in there, I want to have at least 3 months for now. I would like to build up to 6 months. I would love to have like a full year, just because if anything crazy, like my car breaks down, I need to buy a car, like I want to have enough in there that I can pay cash for something if that were to happen. But also, like, you never know what happens, and the job market's so crazy. I was laid off last year, was laid off for 6 months, and I was feverishly trying to find a job every single day. So I would love to have at least 6 months to a year in there, but we can start out with 3 months. If you can't tell, I'm a chatty Cathy. Welcome to my channel. I am so sorry. I cannot help it, but I always get sidetracked. I think I have ADHD. It's undiagnosed. I've been the only one to diagnose myself, so maybe not. But I'm a very chatty Cathy and I get sidetracked. Okay, next expense is my electric expense. Wow. I'm only paying $85.18 for this electric bill. And the summer, it's about $105 510 just because it's so hot here in Tampa, Florida area that got to keep the AC running for me and for my dog who's home all day while I'm at work. But you know how I keep my electric bill so low is, you know, in your apartment you have that panel with all the like switches in there. I basically turn off as many switches as I can, like my stove, the hot water, my dishwasher. I'm trying to think about my wash machine and my dryer. Stuff like that stays off all the time. I turn on the hot water every day when I get home from work, or at least I try to. And I turn on the stove and stuff like that when I'm getting ready to use it. I also have some outlets in my kitchen that are on a switch, so I'm able to turn those off. I keep my AC going. I keep that switch on, and I keep my AC on auto. And then I keep on my fridge and a couple of other things, like the switches for out here and stuff are on one of the switches for like my fridge or something. So I keep those switches on all the time because obviously I want to have AC going. It's on auto, so it goes whenever. But I try to turn off as many switches, and that's how I'm able to save some money. So that's my little money saving tip for anyone that is trying to save a little bit on their electric bill. Try to help out. I know it's helped me out. Before I started turning off all the switches, my summer electric bill was about $120, and now it's down to about $100, $103, somewhere in there. Sometimes, I'm not gonna lie, I forget to turn the switches off, but I do my best. I do have to pay my SunPass bill. I love going the shortcut over to my daughter's. It cuts out some of the time. So, something that if I left earlier, I could probably do without that. But then I'm putting more money into my tank of gas. So, either way, it just kind of evens out. But I owe $16.34 for my SunPass. Every time I budget $240 for groceries. That is $120 each week. Sometimes I go over. I try to stay under. It just really depends. I do need to stock up on a couple of things. I'm trying to think about what it is. I just remember knowing that I need to get a couple of things. And I tried to break out the things that I need to stock up on, like toilet paper, cleaning supplies. I tried to break that up so I'm not getting all of that stuff at one time, because it gets crazy expensive to do all of that. But I'm quite certain I'm out of a couple of things. Gas, I always budget $200, so I have $100 per week for gas. Credit cards, we've chatted about this a little bit. I have 2 credit cards, and I've moved them all from an interest-bearing credit card to a 0% credit card. I have a Citi Simplicity card that has about 15 months left, and I have 0%. And then I have a Citi Double Cash that I just opened, and it has 18 months of 0%. And I built out a whole amortization schedule to know how much I have to pay each month in order to pay it off, and all of it off before the 0% interest period ends. So we owe $517.01. Oh Lord, Scout's messing with the boxes that I need to recycle. So $517.01 each month, and that is both of the credit card payments combined. So yay for that. I'm really excited. I do want to open a high yield savings account for my youngest daughter, because I've been trying to get her into saving and not making the same expenses that I've made, because I have no retirement. I'm 42 years old, and you know what I mean? Like, she's joining the military, so she'll be better off if she makes that a career. But I want, even if she doesn't, I want her to start saving now, because I'm like, you could literally save like $20 a paycheck now for every paycheck, just to get yourself started until you start making real money. Then you can obviously start putting away more money. But if you start early, you're 20 years old. You can start now with something, and it will kind of build those habits of saving, and she'll be able to look back in a few months and be like, oh, wait, I have $500. Like, let me keep this going. So I'm thinking about opening her up a high yield savings account while she's gone at basic training and putting like $20 in there, because I am going to buy her a set of Beats. She wants the navy blue Beats headphones. So that's going to be her gift, like her graduation gift from graduating basic training from me. We just spent money going out to eat and everything for her birthday just recently, and I gave her some money to shop on, which I budgeted for all that, and we talked about that a couple weeks ago. So I'm going to do $20 for my youngest because she's going to be gone for Christmas and at her dad's, and they will get her gifts over there. But if they don't get her the Beats are on me for her graduation gift, which we will budget in a couple of months when she gets ready to graduate. My oldest daughter had a baby 4 months ago. She needs a whole new wardrobe, and I would love to be able to give her $300 to shop for shoes and clothes. Of course, it won't take care of everything, but it will get her started. I feel like when you are a new mommy, your body's fluctuating and stuff like that, and it's so nice just to have a few things that are comfortable, easy breezy to throw on, make you feel cute, make you feel sexy, bring you happiness. I think is so necessary in those early stages where your body is just, you know what I mean, like going through so many changes and you're just so unsure of this new body that you have. And I just want to be able to build confidence in my daughters and send them out into the world as loving, caring, confident young women. So I'm budgeting $320 for Christmas. $20 is for my youngest, $300 is for my oldest. And I'm budgeting $50 for eating out. I'm going to try to not even use that, but I do kind of want to celebrate some milestones that my grandson is having with my oldest. So we might go and get like brunch or something like that this weekend. So all in all the expenses add up to $1,614.03. That will leave us with $585.82 to go into the next week or the next pay period with for next month, which is great because the first of the month is kind of tight. If you've been here for a while, you will know. Scout, stop. Now that I'm thinking about it, I don't even think I can update y'all on my actual balance on my high yield savings account until Sunday or until next week because it needs time to process. But wow, I actually have my account open. We can still count it, we just won't have the interest. I think it's fine. So right now I have $4,720.87 in there. We just contributed $200 for my paycheck. It goes in there automatically when I get paid at my job. $200 goes to my high yield savings account, and then the rest goes to my checking account to budget and pay my bills with. And so right now we should have $4,920.87 once that $200 hits, but obviously it's just got deposited today, so the balance isn't updated. But I do have my account open, and so far this year, even though I opened this account I think in May or June, I have $110.87 worth of interest that I've earned this year. That's so amazing, and the year's not even over. I know it's not a lot, but it's something to get me started. I'm just really excited about this journey. Oh, something that I wanted to mention that someone had said, like they gave me a compliment in the comments the other day and said like, wow, you seem so much more confident than you were when you first started this like budgeting journey. I was like, you know what? I was just thinking about this the other day, like, this is actually really empowering content to make. At first, I was just so unsure because I was like, God, I feel like I'm in such a terrible place financially and I should be so much further along. My peers have retirement accounts and houses and, you know, and I just had such a different journey because I got divorced in my late 20s, went back to school, my life has been a little bit in reverse, but a little bit like sped up, and like it's been a little bit all over the place. And my divorce like totally wrecked me financially because I ended up having to pay child support. It's a long story. Half the time that we've been divorced, the girls lived with me, and then at some point the last half the girls went and lived with their dad, so I paid him child support. So it's been really hard to get to a point to be able to save. And I felt like, man, should I start making this content? Like, I feel so inadequate, and I'm not a professional. I am just an average working girl, and I have no tips or advice to give people. But I felt like led to make this content because I felt like if I could make this, like, I felt the need to make it because I was going to be able to help somebody else that's going through the same thing, to know that they're not alone. And that is something that really empowered me during COVID times, when I was going through just a lot of healing from childhood trauma and just trauma in general that I had inflicted in myself by being married to a narcissist, by going through situationships and different jobs and moving, and never really taking a moment to deal with anything until COVID really hit and I was able to slow down. And I started seeing people online. I was like, you know what? Oh my God, so many other people are like me. I'm not the only one. And so I felt so led based on that just to start making this content. And I wanted to be able to help somebody else out. So I'm really excited about that. And I'm just sharing my journey with you guys. I love it. Time for the big announcement. Drum roll. Big announcement is I'm gonna start selling my budgeting template. You guys can click the link in the description below. I'm just so excited. I've made a total 2025 budgeting template. I'm putting it here so you guys can get a quick snapshot of what it looks like. I have a debt tracker for the year. I have a savings tracker for the year, high yield savings account tracker. I have a budget. I have the weekly expenditures. I feel like I've covered a lot, and I tried to make it not too busy by having too much in there, but I'm really excited. I was so torn on if I should do this, but I felt like I had so many people in my comment sections of these videos saying how this is empowering. I'm starting on a budget. I love your videos. You're inspiring me. And I wanted to be able to build out a budgeting template that's for someone that's not great at Excel. I'm not great at Excel either. I had some help making this budget by AI. I built out the formulas. Everything is built out. I've tested it. It should be all good to go. Of course, my comment section is always open, and my email's in my bio if you have any questions with the template. But I am linking it in the description below for you guys to go and purchase. I did put a lot of time and energy into this, and I built it out for each month. You have a 12 months of budgeting budgeting spreadsheets. I'm gonna put it onto a Google Sheets, so that way if you want to do that way, and I'm gonna also sell it via an Excel document, which is how I built it out. So I'm really excited about that. Let me know you guys' thoughts. I am gonna let the first 10 people get it for free. After that, it will be $25 total. You a one-time pay. I'm probably gonna end up building out some more trackers, so stay tuned to my little stance door on any of the other templates that I put out. I will be chatting about them in the videos, but I'm so happy to be able to offer this to anyone that feels the need, or anybody that's really excited to budget. The new year is about to hit, and we have a lot of goals to accomplish financially, mentally, physically, and I'm just really excited about that. Let me know you guys' thoughts. Let me know if you download the template in the free version. If you test it out, let me know if there's any kinks that I need to work through. I had my daughter review it with me. We kind of went through it, and hopefully all the typos and everything is out, but I'm really excited to be able to share that with you guys. So Merry Christmas! I love doing free giveaways, but I did spend a lot of time on it, so I don't feel bad about charging the $25. Okay, that's all I have for you guys tonight. Mwah! I love you. I will see you guys on Sunday for the weekly expense tracking. Bye!